The idea behind this is it to be a kitchen garden. So this is a garden just for Brittany, just for her kitchen. So when she is cooking and she say needs tomatoes, or she needs, maybe broccoli or some cabbage or strawberries or any of the things we got, some sage, some cilantro,
all the herbs,
basil, lemon basil. Can't remember what else. So we got a really good start. Oh, some onions we're gonna put in.
We planted the lettuce and the spinach.
Lettuce and spinach
and the girls
some mint.
repotted some mint.
They repotted. All right. It is our Mother's Day celebration. Sorry about the wind. Celebrating this mama right here. And
oh, so pretty, guys. I love them. Thank you. Oh, guys. I love them.
And then
Broccoli. And what's this? Cabbage. Ooh.
so I figured we'd plant your flowers at least.
Some mint.
They repotted, yeah.
Found some mint out in the pasture
Yep.
where the animals are, and the girls themselves dug up 3 big pieces of it and planted it in my little what we use as usually the little lettuce planters, but
Yes.
we put it in there.
Yeah, so they did a great job. So that's going to be for Brittany if she needs something as these are growing. She can just run out and grab it from a garden right by the house. So it's smaller. We're going to try and get a couple of our tomatoes and a couple of our peppers planted in it as well. And then if we have to, we'll use the beds right off the front of the house as well. Those don't get nearly as much sun, but they get, I'd say, more than half the day of sun. Ooh, sorry.
Side note, we found a beautiful, what I think is a climbing rose plant in between the pastures, growing on a fence, but it's in between a fence and then one of those metal panels.
Oh.
So if you ever do any work on that fence, let's dig it up and we could put it like on
Yeah, that
near
sounds
the barn,
awesome.
that fence along the barn of that small pasture. That'd be a pretty place to
That would
go.
be.
Or any of the just the outside
awesome.
fences. Just that one's in between pastures, so you won't see it.
But we got, I think I already said this, onions and potatoes that we're also going to plant. Yeah, that's the whole point. So something so Brittany can just, hey, I need a couple tomatoes, just run out and grab them right. Instead of walking all the way out to the big garden, which is, 150 or so feet from the house. Not far, but, it's just way more convenient to step right off the porch out the side of the house.
That's where we do the watermelons and cantaloupes, corn, potatoes, all the peppers and tomatoes, and those kind of things will be out in the big garden that our current chickens are currently on.
Yes. Which brings us to those birds. Actually, they're not on the garden. We moved them off, remember? They're right next to the garden.
Did you move with the kids? Oh, you
We
moved
did,
them with
remember?
the kids and my dad. I wasn't
Yeah.
there, that's why.
So they have just barely 1 week left. Wait, yeah, 1 week and 1 day before they go to freezer camp. We put on our own freezer camps here, so you'll be able to see a video of that probably middle of the week after, so in about 12 days. They are going to be moved tomorrow if it's nice. We were going to do it today, but we just ran out of time. But we're going to move them onto our grass, let them kind of have that last long week with eating all the bugs, all the grass that they want. They're going to get all their food, all their water. They're going to be just happy, happy, happy birds. And hopefully they'll do well. And then at that point, we'll have the geese will be by themselves. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put them back in with the flock or if I'm just going to keep them out free ranging. We are going to use our ducks and our geese as garden birds. So we're going to occasionally run them through the garden. So they eat all the grubs, eat the tomato worms, the hornworms, and they eat all the little weeds. But you have to wait until things are grown up big enough that the birds won't eat those little plants, and they'll only eat the weeds.
Will our layers in the brooder, will they be ready to go out on pasture by the time you kill the meat birds so that the geese can just be acclimated to them? Or will they be too small and the geese bully them?
They should be close, actually. That'd make another great video. So maybe we'll do that.
Okay. Or at least close enough that we'll probably put them in there with them.
Yeah, they're
even
getting
if we
close.
wait a few weeks.
Yeah, they're getting close to being where we can move them out and get them on on grass and pasture. They don't really need lamps anymore. I looked at the 10-day forecast. We have 2 days that are going to get in the very high 30s is like the low overnight. Everything else after that, it starts getting in like the mid to high 50s at night. So we're moving right in past where our frost date is. Our latest frost that we should have possible was going to be May 11th.
I was going to mention, it's raining now, but we should start, when it's nice, put the tomatoes out during the day in the sun and let them start acclimating and bring them back in at night.
Yeah, that's a great idea. We do need to move them. Our tomatoes are almost too big now for their little tray. So we'll have
we can put the biggest ones in the kitchen garden to start. They'll be a little
That's
more
true,
protected
yeah, that's a
there.
great idea. Do we have 2 types of tomatoes? What types of tomatoes do we have?
I
Let's go.
don't.
Check them out, I forget.
Oh, I think I started a second, the like fancy tomatillo or whatever.
So we have Roma tomatoes on this side and beef steaks over on this side. Sorry if the lighting's horrible. I believe these are the tomatillos. We've got jalapenos, sweet peppers, more sweet peppers, and over here I believe we've got early jalapenos on the front and regular jalapenos on the back.